All right, cool. We're live. Oh boy. Look at that stretching. All right. Whew. Good morning, good morning. All right. Let's just get straight to it. I have time to kill, so figured I'd continue doing the TKs Wave Hybrid hunting. What? Oh, wrong character. This one. This is the character that we need. Alright, let's just go over our gear real quick. Yeah, let's put you on. So we got the Matador, Stomper, Draco, and the Plague, Heavy Gunner Com. And then these are all the TK's waves that I've got after the, what was it? The last time we did this. Yo, what's up, Santa Demon? Boo, he says. Don't scare me like that. But anyway, yeah, how you doing? Hopefully your day's doing good. All right. Will we get the hybrid today? I don't know. Nah, he won't drop anything. Let's get up here. Where'd he go? Okay. Alright, I don't think he's playing. You just started? Yeah, I just started. Alright, and nothing. Hopefully your day is doing good, Z. Hopefully you're having a good morning. My coffee is getting cold. You're a bit tired right now. You're editing at the moment. What you editing? Curious. He's on the wrong side of the turret. Alright, nothing. Yo, yo, what's up, Star Killer? How you doing? I poured myself a new cup of coffee to like 2 minutes before stream, and it's already really cold. It's going to be one of those kind of days today. But you know what? It could change. Maybe we'll get the hybrid today. What if that was it? How bad are these hybrid drop rates? I think they're like somewhere within like 1 to 2%, because how hybrids work, right? So let's take a look at these right here, right? So the TK's wave is naturally looking like this, right? So everything has fixed parts, I think, except the magazine. Excuse me. And in the, here, I have it right here. Like if we bring up a willow tree, right? let's go to the combustion Hellfire. You see it has the Hellfire's unique accessory is accessory 5, right? So there is the normal accessory 5, explosive and incendiary, and then the Malawan Hellfire. And you can see right here it has, where is it at? A rarity of 3, right? Versus, oh, I guess it's the same. I didn't know that. Okay, so usually, in most cases, the unique weapon part is going to be more rare than the regular, but it's going to be a rare chance to roll that part. So with the TKs Wave, you're going to need to roll the TKs Wave in general, which is a 10% chance from Scar, but you also have a low percentage chance to roll with the Bulldog magazine, if that makes sense. So that's why I'm saying like maybe like 1 to 2%. You're doing good, just chillaxing. Hey, that's good. I woke up about like 30 minutes ago. Then I remembered, I'm like, oh yeah, I wanted to do a stream today. But that's good to hear you're doing good, yeah. I don't know sniper parts yet. Whoops. It's a funny moments vid. The game is dead by daylight. Yeah, I know what that is. I'm going to release a bunch of videos next year's my plan. Hey, right on ya. Is this so do you already have a channel, or is that what you're going to start uploading? Oh, look at that. S&S weapons are so cool. I think people often ask me what my favorite manufacturer is in this game, and it's kind of a tie between like Fladoff, S&S, and Jacobs. And then Dahl is in the tier like right below that. So that's like my top 4. But it's hard to pick and choose because all these weapons are, let's face it, they're pretty similar. Or pretty bare bone. Hybrid in 4 runs, trust. Alright, in 4 more runs. Alright, so by 154. And if I don't get the hybrid, then you're banned. Alright, well, we got a drop. So I told this to you, Star, but for those in the chat, I ran across, or excuse me, I watched my first Queso video the other day, because I've never heard of this guy. Well, that's not true. I've heard of him, but I've never seen any of his content or whatever. And then I just got a video recommended to me, and I watched it, and I'm cracking up, bro. This dude is so funny. And his chat is fucking crazy, bro. I watched like, what did I watch? I watched a handful of those cringe compilations, which that was kind of hard to watch. And then I think it was like a granny playthrough and then a hardcore Minecraft one. No, I think he's funny. Man, everyone has been saying I need to get banned, Lamau, because you do. But no. No, I'm kidding. I'm also going to make a video about my first playthrough on Borderlands 1. It's me and a buddy of mine playing together. Okay, so co-op. Okay. That'd be cool to see. Queso was awesome. His chat is super funny, dude. I can't get enough of it. Like they're really good at throwing out like fat jokes at him. Like they're really creative. And then the way he responds is like, "What do you mean I can't fit through the door?" Fun shit. Yes, I do have a channel, but I don't upload as much. Okay, okay. Dude, chat, I'm telling you, once he opens his big fat mouth, it's fucking over. Star's playing some pre-sack. But good luck on your channel, Santa Demon. What kind of channel are you making? Oh, great. Get rid of that dude, because he sucks. Get rid of him. We gotta kill Sonic, guys. Oh, he dropped a thumper. Gross. Alright, hey, Star, this is the run. You said I would get it. I see it right there. If I don't get the hybrid, something's gonna happen. You lied to me. Oh, it's just gonna be me and my butt and me and my friends playing together and me trying to be funny. Ah, gotcha. You know, I have like I have like 3 other channels, but one of them I don't post on. But the other 2, that's what they were, was essentially just an archive of me and my buddies just doing stupid shit. And maybe one day I'll react to it. That's ought to be a cringe fest for sure. It's there, bro. It didn't look hard enough. It fell through the floor, I bet. I'm telling you guys, people sleep on combat rifles in this game, bro. Right, so I built this one. Here, I can't talk with this music. It's really loud on my end. Hopefully it's not too loud on your guys' end. Alright, so this gun I was just holding, this, I made this in Willow Tree, and this is the best one I could come up with. Right, so pretty much max damage, max accuracy for, you know, this type of combat rifle, max fire rate. And I got the critical hit accessory, which is right there. And I think that's stock 5. But this is the best one that I could come up with. You don't hear any music, to be honest. Let me turn up that. Also, what's up, Azir? Hopefully your day is doing good. I don't know why I keep checking this chest. I've only had like 2 legendaries from here. Roland combat rifle build goated? Yeah, for sure, Art. Nothing much, playing Black Ops 6 Zombies. How is Black Ops 6? Chat? Because I've seen like a decent amount of good things and like a couple bad things here and there, but, you know, I just take what they say with a grain of salt. Game's pretty quiet compared to your voice. Well, I did just turn up the game audio on OBS, so hopefully that would have fixed it. I have a channel update video that I made private because it's way too cringe. Yeah, been there. Been there. Man, hey, that's a good revolver, though. Oh crap, BL4 trailer is today. Yes, it is. And depending on how it goes, I may or may not make a video on it. You know, trying something different, you know? I think it's the best COD for zombies, at least in a while. Okay. Because my personal favorite zombies is Black Ops 1. And then my favorite multiplayer is Black Ops 2. I've said this on the channel before. But those are my 2 favorite for those categories. And oh, hey, look at that. 3rd legendary. Oh. Alright. We'll see how many legendaries we get today. Hey, what was I saying? But I've heard good things about Black Ops 6 Zombies and the multiplayer. Man, how the hell was this sniper inside of this guy? Like the long way? You think? This is about the size of him. Yeah, anyway. Feeling cringe? Wait, feeling cringe making stuff for YouTube causes me to re-record simple stuff like 4 times. Oh yeah, no, for sure. Like whenever I do like voiceovers for stuff, or if I'm just kind of recording like a script for like the weapon parts video, if I sound stupid or if I like have like too many pauses, like I'll just re-record that. And it could happen like maybe twice, thrice, 4 times, you know? Excuse me. Peanut butter jelly sandwich the long way. Yeah, you're probably right. Let's do the commando com. Let's do the matador. Chest check was worth it. Yeah, bro, for real. Valid favorites, yeah, bro. I would have played at least zombies on my channel if they didn't sell them for ridiculous prices. Like, when did these games... Oh, hey, look at that, second one. So when did these games come out? Black Ops 1 and 2 was like early 2010s. I want to say, I'm not too sure. But, yeah. But I checked it up on Steam somewhat recently, like a few months ago, and they were selling those games at almost full price. And they're like well beyond 10 years old, which is kind of ridiculous in my opinion, but maybe one day. I did hear from, excuse me, from Spowerate that Black Ops 3 Zombies was pretty cool, but I think that was online only, and so I never played it. Shredded. That's badass. Get over here. Not worth it. I want to play DLC zombie maps on Black Ops 1, but DLC is still full price. Yeah, that's kind of ridiculous in my opinion, but you know, what can you do? Oh, I did forget to mention, one of my other favorite zombie maps is, I forget what it's called. It's Spaceland for, I think it was Infinite Warfare, that I have on the PS4. That one I like to play either by myself or preferably with some buddies. But I've never completed it. I think, now this is just me, like a casual player, but I think those Easter eggs are pretty convoluted and kind of hard to do. The most fun is World at War custom zombie maps. I didn't know that even had zombies. Okay. If I ever get the opportunity to play it, I'll give it a shot. Infinite Warfare Zombies was awesome, underrated, and overhated. Yeah. There were some elements that were really cool, but also like sometimes the futuristic tech in the 80s kind of style deal was, if you pay attention to it, it's kind of weird. But I personally just never really cared for it. But you know, I still enjoyed it nonetheless. Got close to beating it. I think I looked up the Easter egg for it like once and tried to do it, but I couldn't. I got to the like after you teleport back from like the 4 checkpoints throughout that map, right? So once you do all the checkpoints, you're able to upgrade your weapon. I forget what it's called. And then like round 10, then you start seeing like the big aliens and stuff, and I kept dying to those guys. So I guess I'm just not a good player. People hated it because it wasn't Black Ops 3. I don't know. Well, I've never played Black Ops 3, so I wouldn't know. Excuse me. I know Spowery did a stream on it, and I was watching him, and you know, it looked fine. Excuse me. Oh, you bastard. I saw it coming out of my peripheral vision as I was looking at chat. Gross. There's some awesome maps. Leviathan is an underwater zombie map. That's sick. Is that in Infinite Warfare, Art? Ah, motherfucker. What a cheap shot. Okay, we got an artifact. It was rolling away. Do you have a weapon in Borderlands 1 that you like but don't use because it's not good when using it? Okay, so there is a weapon in Borderlands 1 that I don't like, and it's not good when you're using that, and it is called the Gemini. It is an SNS pistol that has a double accessory. However, the projectiles split, right? So they won't ever hit the same place. Right, so we'll load up the game and I'll kind of give you an example. That's Advanced Warfare Exo Zombies. Heard. I haven't played Advanced Warfare either. But if we take, right, so imagine this is the Gemini pistol, right? And as we can see our crosshair, let's say this rock is the center point of my crosshair. One projectile will go here, one projectile will go there, right? And it'll keep this distance from each other the entire time. So if you're at range, and like let's say this mushroom is a guy, you can't hit it straight on, but you kind of have to aim for the side for the projectile to actually hit it. So, yeah, hopefully that answered your question. I do not like the Gemini. But for a gun that I do like, I don't know. For the most part, all the guns that I do like, or just the majority of them in here, are pretty usable. Oh, got a blue one. Nope. Still mag 1. The Leviathan is a custom map on World at War, I think. It also has a Black Ops 3 port. Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to check that out. I mean, I'm sure there's videos on YouTube about it, right? You were thinking of Descent. I'm assuming that's another zombie map. I'm not good at this conversation, guys. Oh, great. Get out of here. Get out of here, you big fat loser. Yeah, the Gemini is not good. I think Thanatos with the double accessory is better. It is better. You can actually hit your target. Reminds me of how the infinity makes the infinity sign, so half of your shots on headshots just miss, lol. Yeah, bro, I remember finding that out for the first time. I don't remember what character it was on, but it was like way back in the day. I would fight some like skags or bandit enemies, and like half of my shots would miss. I'm like, what is going on? Then I, came to find out that the bullet pattern is in the Infinity 8 symbol. So I'm like, oh, well, all right. It's still a good gun though. I still like it. Oh, actually, I do have an answer for you, Santa Demon. It is the dove. The dove is, I like it because it is a, what do you call it? Infinite ammo. However, I'm gonna just turn enemies off. However, because of the enhanced edition, it can no longer get different parts, right? So you can't get the double accessory, you can't get the fire, you can't get the corrosive, whatnot, right? And because of that glitch, essentially, of where it could get different parts, it's fun to use. But now in the enhanced, it is with fixed parts, and it wasn't really all that good in the first place. So I like it, but I don't use it. Damn. I'm just standing right in front of his home, just like with a shotgun, just like, hey, get out of here. I didn't like the way he looked at me. Losing weapon elements to a bug makes me wish BO1 got more love. Oh, I can feel my frame rate dropping. I wish, like, and I was thinking about making a video on this where I would go over all of the changes between BO1 Classic and the Enhanced, and all of the changes that made it worse, that made it better, and the majority of them that they just completely ignored and just transferred over. Right, so the last time we did the hybrid hunt, like a week ago, me and Cashew were talking, and I think it was him that was saying that when they made the enhanced, they fixed the bug that made it so that unique weapons, so like the spy, the dove, the patent, so on and so forth, are only the fixed part variants that we see in the enhanced. And that the ability for it to spawn with different parts was a bug in the first place. If I remembered correctly. Right? And having the ability to generate different parts on your unique weapon just made it that much more fun. In lore, you can farm bosses because they can afford the respawn station. So in theory, Scar has a major catch. I don't think that's how that works. But, you know, we'll keep that our little secret. Excuse me. I think it was stated that in lore that the respawn stations don't actually exist. So, you know, whatever. That would be a good video. Yeah, I've been thinking about it for about like half a year now. And also, like I'm pretty sure I said this on the channel before too. It's like an actual critique of this game and the original. Because, you know, as I said before, they made a lot of changes, and whenever I see other creators kind of post their videos, Like, I agree with them for the most part, but like there's a, I feel like they're just missing some like other tidbits of information that they're missing out on. Because I play this game a lot. I don't even know how many hours I have. Yeah, almost 1,500 hours on PC. So I feel like my video would give like a decent insight, because I know a lot about like the nitty gritty details that I feel like everyone else just kind of passes over. Yeah, too bad about the dove because it's a fun gun. Yeah, bro. Hell, all of those uniques were fun because, you could get different parts on them. Another one of my favorites was the spy. Now you get this from, I think it was killing King Wee Wee from the mission King Tossing at the Tetanus Warrens. And, it's a Hyperion SMG with its unique part giving it a 35% critical damage. Now, in the original, you could get a different body, different barrel, different stock, different mag, and whatnot, because the unique part is its sight, right? But in the enhanced, you can't do that no more, because it's stuck with the same bits, or same parts. Oh, hey, look at that! We got a bitch! Look at that. I wish there was an inspect mode in this game. Over the years, I've been trying to figure out how to mod this game with like low success, but having a way to either A, just have a higher quality picture on the item card, or just having a way to view the weapon would be cool. But no, we're stuck with this. But that's our first world drop today, guys. Or our first world drop from Scar, rather. I feel like the players would prefer more variety via different elements on uniques. Yeah, exactly. I can agree to that. Like the Dove Hornet is one of the 11 hybrids that you were able to get in Classic, but you can't no more in this game. So just right off the bat, you lose one of the rare items to farm for in this game because of that. And as I said before, like I liked getting either the Dove Hornet or like a fire or a shock one, just so I could use for like my pistol Mordecai build, and just deal like a shit ton of damage. But you can't do that no more. Whoops. I want to get my BO1 hours up. I'm thinking about doing a series playing the prettiest siren brick. Excuse me. That'd be cool to see, Art. Just like a chill playthrough, I'm assuming. The hybrids are a huge fun factor in BO1, in my opinion. Yeah, I agree. Everyone talks about like the Ajax Ogre and such, but all of those hybrids are pretty fun to farm for. Especially like this one, where like the entrance is just right here. The most annoying one to farm for, in my opinion, is the Chiquito Amigo. Which the Chiquito Amigo isn't even that great of a pistol, to be completely honest. It has barrel 0, which is the same barrel as the Clipper, right? So I'm assuming you guys have seen the pistol parts video, or the repeater parts, but, the Chiquito Amigo, in my opinion, is probably one of like the lower tier weapons. It ain't all that great. Like hunting a hybrid gun is like opening Pokemon card packs. Yeah, it kind of is. It can get addictive, especially how it was like with the Rhino Roaster, which you get a guaranteed drop, and because of how the that weapon works, the unique part is its barrel. Sound effect. Its unique part is its barrel. So if you see like a two-barreled barrel, I guess, your excitement is going to get up because you're like, oh man, that's going to be it. But to get excited for this, you need to A, get a purple, and B, you can visually see the big old drum mag that it has. Realistically, the only thing they should have done was update the graphics and kept everything the same. Also, never should have thought of adding those gearbox guns. Yeah. I mean, I've made my own video about the gearbox legendaries and my opinions on them, and just how they just kind of ruined some of the progression of the game. But you know, I've already stated my case. But what they should have done, or could have done rather, is you would fix the bugs, obviously, because there's a decent amount of them. It's hard to play and talk at the same time. It's like now that I'm trying to remember what they should have done, I can't remember it. I made an entire list of stuff that they could have done. But some other things, I'm just trying to remember. I wish, right, that they would have just completely just remade the game. Right, so rebuild it. So I don't know what they did to get it from the classic to the enhanced, either Gearbox or most likely Blind Squirrel is probably the ones who actually developed it. And you could, let's actually go here. We'll go to T-Bone real quick. They fucked up the already fucked up floor in this game. So in BO1, rockets are like a really strong weapon type, but they're not as good as in Borderlands 2, because if you you shoot them like directly, your damage isn't going to be that great, but you get a decent amount. But really what you got to do is you got to hit the floor, and that would deal a lot of splash damage. However, the floor eats up almost all of that splash damage. Right, and another issue is okay, that actually worked. Grenades will fall through the floor, or it will land, and they won't actually throw you around. I think now that there we go. Right, so you throw them here. Oh, there we go. It's just through the floor. Right there is 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 through the floor. Okay, there we go. But yeah, you see my point. In Classic, that doesn't happen. You could just grenade jump all throughout the map, and I know that because that's what I do to get around. But you can't do that no more. And so like stuff like that is something that could have been avoided if they actually played the game, which in my opinion they didn't. But you know, when I get around to making that a said video about like my critiques, I'll have the entire list of it. Exactly, Brick chill playthrough. I just started my BL2 Maya chill playthrough. I just uploaded day one. Oh, you have a channel 2 art? Okay. That's cool to hear. Hopefully, you said you just uploaded day one. So hopefully that video does well for you, man. Marcus's ponytail, yay or nay? I'm not a huge fan of his BL3 design. With like a lot of character designs in BL3, I am not a huge fan of it. And I have the concept art book on my shelf. I like collecting those things. And you know, I got to see all like the oh hey, look at that. All the sketching and all the Photoshop work that they did in there. And it's could have been better. Absolutely not, Z. Clip that thing off. Yeah. Marcus ponytail, dude. Worse than Reese's stash. You know what? I might actually agree with you, Azur. What, bro? Reese's mustache ain't that bad. It's... Okay. So, Marcus's design is worse than Reese's mustache because the only thing that I kind of see wrong with Reese's actual character design is the chocolate milk stain of his mustache. Right? That's my opinion. It ain't the worst thing out there, but Gearbox really did the mustache dirty by making it look like really like a chocolate milk stain. Thank you for hoping it does well, dude. Yeah, man, no problem. I hope your channel does well.
Always room for more loot.
Oh, hey, look at that. Second legendary. Man, dude. Fuck you, Box. And that's a cool one, too. But, you know, I don't need that. This one. And here's another thing. They fixed some of the broken weapons. Like, they fixed the naming for the Draco and the Penetrator. But they didn't do that for the Plague. Right, so those who don't know, the Crux is the SNS explosive shotgun. The Plague, which is what this is the Malawand corrosive only shotgun. Okay. So they still have, like, they half-assed it. Like, half-assed it with, like, half of one cheek. Like, they quarter-assed it. His Nova attack is stupid. Actually, I take that back. His barfing attack is stupid. Because that thing will hit you even though it visually will stop right there. It'll, like, pinpoint your ass. Yeah, I don't like BL3 Marcus. He looks like a Discord mod. He kind of does, bro. Like, one weapon I wish was good is the Hyperion Butcher because it is a cool gun. BO1 Butcher, right? I think I have it in my storage. Let's go there and find out. Now, if anyone has seen my shotgun weapon parts video, you will know that assault shotguns, right? So, which is what the Butcher is. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, I guess I don't have it. Yeah, different character. The assault shotgun, right, which is like the Plague, they can't spawn with fire accessories. But, yeah, assault shotguns, but combat shotguns can, which is why you could find a fire defender. Right, so just having a way to get a fire accessory would be nice, because I want, like, a fire butcher. Or just a butcher to even have just like a weapon damage buff, because that's what makes it not so great. Is it's the burst fire, which isn't the worst thing, but the fact that it has lower base damage than almost any other shotgun of its same type is ridiculous. Or not really ridiculous, just super underwhelming.
You never have enough stuff. Critical hit. Another notch on my whip.
You know, Santa Demon, I just realized you put a little Santa emoji at the end of all of your chats. Out of all of your messages. Ah. That's funny. Okay, that's money. Every time you see those bobbleheads, you think it's an item. Yep. It's charming, Santa Demon. You keep doing you, pal.
Always nice to get resupply.
You know, even though these maps are like pretty small and pretty linear, I still like some of these map designs. Right? And oh yeah, this was one of the points I was going to bring up, was like a complete kind of like a revamp of the terrain, specifically Skag Gully. Because when people think of Borderlands 1, 9 times out of 10, it is Skag Gully with the Mongolian throat singing in the background. Right? So like this song that you're hearing, that's what people think of when they think of BL1. And it just would have been cool to like get some retexturing of like the rocks and shit, right? So maybe some like foliage on top, maybe some like sand, or I don't know, and just more hidden chests. Oh, there's a third one. Only 3 so far. Thank you for wishing the channel well. I'm going to be sharing my art along with uploading my Borderlands gameplay and challenge runs. Okay, so you're kind of doing what I'm doing then. Which, I don't know if anyone in the chat really knew that, but, you know, I am a freelance artist. But, you know, I've only kind of sparingly put it on my channel. But once I get my website, like, actually done, because that shit takes forever, then I'm going to be promoting my stuff a lot more, but that's good that you're doing that too, Art. Hopefully that goes well for you. It's my signature? Yeah, bro. That, or I'm a bit. Oh, Santa Demon, so Krampus. You know, that's what I was thinking, Z. But, you know, we'll see what happens. Holy fucking shit. Dude, come on. Now that I'm recording, I'm getting all of the legendaries in this chest, bro. Holy shit. 2 explosive legendaries. But this one's got barrel 5, though. Barrel 5, stock 4? Oh, no, this one does. That's like stock 1. Yeah, anyway. That's ridiculous. Pandora is the Ohio of planets. You know, I've never been to Ohio, but if this is what it looks like, then I'll just take your word for it, yo. I've been to North Dakota before. That's awful. And people say you don't get that many legendaries in this game. I get legendaries all the time. Oh. It looked like there was like a pile of money or something in that bush. You should definitely share your artwork with the world, dude. Well, I have before, right? You could find these videos on my channel, but I have promoted like my website before, right? And I am looking through my files real quick. I shared a lot of it with like my other buddies and whatnot. Like I know Mr. TX, I've shown some of his stuff. Well, I've shown some of my stuff to him rather, and he is like, "Bro, that's cool." But I am working on like other projects right now, which is why I haven't really shared much, because I'm just working on my projects. But here soon, I will share more. Oh, we got one. Oh, come on. That's really close. That's my first 12 mag. No, that's South Dakota is where the Mount Rushmore is. North Dakota is flat as fuck. So imagine the Salt Flats in Borderlands 1, just with a fuck ton more oil rigs, right? That's basically North Dakota. You could stand in the middle of the freeway and you can see the next 4 towns over. You're going to have to look on my channel for artwork. Yeah, look at some of my, I think of my challenge videos, I think is when I talked about it. Something I also tried doing was having like a little caricature of myself, but you know, I haven't animated anything in a long time. And so I'm like, I ain't even going to try that. So I just tried doing like the keyframing stuff. But you know, I'm slowly getting back to it, you know. Animating is, that's a future project, but right now I've just been trying to get back to drawing, you know. Excuse me! I primarily work on comic books, so it takes me a while on projects, so I feel not being able to show anything, lol. Yeah, right now it's in the really early stages, right? Just gathering a bunch of the small story elements, and then me and my writer, we're going to be we've been having trouble like setting up like our meetings and stuff, because you know we're both busy with our own personal lives and stuff. But once we really sit down for like a couple weeks and really kind of get the idea of what story we want to tell first, our workload is going to be way easier. But yeah, bro, I've been making comic books for a long time, like since like 2nd grade. And I made them all the way through like freshman year of high school, then I just kind of stopped. But like getting back to it for me is like really exciting. Mr. T is a cool dude. Hell yeah, bro. Yeah, he is. And he did a face reveal too the other day. So now I can actually put, you know, a face to a name, or face to a voice rather. Let's switch back to the heavy gunner com. And you know what? We'll just do this. The chopper is one of my favorite weapons. The Ajax spear, then the chopper. got him. That's cool to hear. I've been drawing comics since like 6th or 7th grade, but been drawing ever since, well, since I can remember. Yeah, that was my deal. My parents were telling me like when I was like between the ages of like 6 months and 2, like they just bought like some random markers or something for me, and I just went wild. You were there for Mr. T's face reveal, and it was a fun time. Yeah, it was a fun time. I popped in periodically. Okay, what if that was another Guardian? I popped in for a stream for about like half-hour increments. But, it was a fun time. I can barely draw a heart. They all look like butts. According to some people, that's why the heart is shaped how it is. And in my experience, I see what they mean. They also should have added like legendary shields in this game. But no. That's awesome. My parents used to give me paint and cardboard boxes as a little baby to paint with, and I also went wild with it. Yeah, like when I was younger, it was only just like the drawing and like the markers and bit. But as I got older, like I dabbled like a little bit into painting, like in pastel, charcoals, all that shit. But that wasn't really my gripe. But ever since I was like 15? No, I was like 14 going on 15, right? I started working about that time, and over the years, I've accumulated like my entire, art material arsenal, right? Like I have, let's see here, like to my left, I have like my entire marker collection, and I have about like 300 or so. Of like 300 or so alcohol-based markers. I have like all the paper I could ask for, and like drawers that are just filled with extra stuff. So, like over the years, that cost me like what, like almost $3,000 worth of $3,000 worth of art materials, bro. But I remember when I started, is all I had was like a ballpoint pen, a wood clenched pencil, and like 3 random markers, like 2 Sharpies and a highlighter, and that's all I had back when I first started. Perhaps you're destined to draw butt, Z. You probably are, Z. Just turn the butts upside down and you got a heart. I used to play with paints and colors as a kid, and then stopped and primarily used pencil and pen for work. And then as I got older, I accumulated all paint and markers. India inks, and everything as well. I just walked here while reading chat. Wow. That's impressive. I figured I was going to run into a wall. Okay, kill you. Kill you. Save quit, do it again. Yeah, bro. I have so many like different art materials because I've done a whole bunch of different things, right? I've done commissions, I've done stickers, I've done tattoos, I've done posters, I've done animating. I've done animating. I've made my own couple games. Like, I've done the whole shebang before I even turned 20. Maybe it wasn't intentional. My genius surprises me sometimes. Hey man, sometimes that's just how it be, Z. I'm in the same boat. When I look at my left, when I sit on my PC, I have a huge table with thousands of art supplies too. Yeah, bro. Muscle memory farming hours. Yeah, bro. We're about to reach 200 runs on this thing. This is the longest farm for any hybrid that I've had in terms of number of runs. Whoops, I don't mean to pick that up.
Another notch on my whip.
Damn, dude. We are not getting lucky. You know, I was thinking about doing like a character design stream, right? So maybe just like a couple hours, I would, because I need to practice my digital drawing, right? Because I'm not good at it. I'm more traditional, but, you know, that's something for me to practice on, and I might as well stream it, right? And it really is just like a little seedling of an idea, right? I think all that I would do was just let my mind go wild and just start drawing some stuff.
Armaments here.
That's a cool one. I was going for a Deepa on sale yesterday with no zoom and did 235 farms and got 4 with zoom sights. Oh, that's rough. Hopefully the sights weren't really all that bad. Right, so I think the only one that I don't like is the TDOR sight. I think. Yeah, I think just the TDOR sight was the one that I don't like. A character design stream would be really cool. I'd join you. I gotta grind up to 50 subs before I could do drawing streams. Hey bro, you'll get there, bro. You just gotta do it. Everyone's gotta start somewhere.
All right, we got guns over here.
Man, the chopper is so good, man. In BL1, the chopper is so good. In BL2, it's fucking garbage. But in BL1, it's so good. I just don't like the zoom ones that add the black border when you right click. So like this, where you see the, oh, I guess you can't. Where you kind of see this stuff around it. I don't remember how the sights in BL2 were. Oh, I gotta restart again. I'll do it after this. They butchered it for sure. Yeah, like I remember when me and the other guys, Star, Spowrate, and Hellfire, we were fighting raid bosses in BL2 and LP10, my first time doing it. We killed, I think it was Dexy who dropped it, and, you know, we got it, like, oh cool, it's a fucking chopper. And then I tried it, and it's fucking pretty shit. Deleted. Triple deleted, bro. Get out of my face. Oh, there's 2 more. deleted. There's just a pile of alpha skags, bro. Alright, let's quit it to our desktop. Dude, BL2 chopper makes me sad. Yeah, bro. I did see that someone made like a challenge video of like going through like I think at first normal mode and then TVHM of just the chopper. And I thought the video was pretty cool. I wanted to do it for BL1, but you know, out of OP Tan experience, it's like, bro, it's pretty shit. it's pretty bad. And just with a lot of what they did with BL2, it's like they made some stuff really cool and a lot better, but a good old like half of the other stuff is just kind of low tier, underwhelming. The Skag Slayer, yeah, bro. Has that always been? Oh, okay, there's just a badass right there. Like, have those cactus always been on fire? Man. Our luck is not that great, chat. Yeah, a lot of BL2 is refarming stuff you already got. The higher level you go on BL2, the less viable those guns get. Yeah, pretty much. And that's just how they just develop the game, and that's... oh well. I've always had the opinion is because their numbers are just so much bigger, is that it kind of ruins the scaling. Right, so our numbers, right, in terms of BL1, they're in the hundreds. Right, and in BL2, they're, what, in like the 10,000s by the time you get it to, like, OP10, like close to 1 million. Can I get a fact check on that? But their numbers are in the thousands, or hell, even in the 10,000s. And it just, in my opinion, just kind of ruins the scaling. And the gap in damage you can do between like the level of weapons that you can get is so drastic, is that's why you have to depend on farming the same gun every like 5-6 levels, rather than in BL1 where you could have like a level 15 SMG, and you could keep that all the way to like 25, maybe like 28, 29. That's just my opinion. Loser. Just kill him, do it over, kill this guy. I will say, chat, that the elemental badass skags in BL1 are like my favorite enemy types. Right? Because at a lower level, you see any of them, like any of them, you're like, shit, I'm gonna fucking die. Right? But if you kill them, you have like the good chance to get a purple, right? Which is a good change in my opinion for the enhanced. But then just when you're like max level, they're just fun to kill. the shock skags are my favorite, even though they're like the shittiest ones to deal with. Because they are literally just like Sonic. They blitz your ass.
Always room for more loot.
The skags are no joke in this game, bro, for real. Okay, so I agree on elemental skags. So in BL1 and BL2, right? Completely different like alpha skags, right? So I don't think I put this clip up on my channel, but you guys have played more BL2 than I have, most likely. But you would know in BL2 you could get like 2 alpha skags on you. They'll run at you. Like let's say I'm this here rock, right? My intelligence is about the same as that. So 2 alpha skags, right? They'll run up at you, then they'll just stop. They'll turn around, and then they'll run again, and then they'll stop. Go back. They'll talk to each other like, oh holy shit, he ain't running. What are we gonna fucking do? And so they'll just kind of keep doing this back and forth stuff. But if you're in Borderlands 1 and you get an alpha skag, like about right here, he's like, I found him. And he's just gonna fucking pounce on you. He's just gonna rip you a new asshole, and they ain't gonna stop. And if you get like more of them, like 3 or 4, then bro, you have to do the 5 Ds of dodgeball to just survive. Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge. Or just have a handy dandy chopper. Like this guy. Fuck you. Extremely predictable, but these guys are really fun to play. Or really fun to kill. Oh, okay, yeah, so Alpha Skag. Alright, so we're gonna kill this guy. Because he sucks. Watch him. Right? And he does a decent chunk of damage. You took out half of my shield right there. Right, hold on, let me just regen my shield and then we'll get to it. Yeah, see, look at that. And if I get close to him, watch this. Hey, come here. He's actually going to hit me. In Borderlands 2, they don't do that. If you go right up close to an alpha skag, he won't touch you. And so I kind of forgot the point I was getting at, but you know, skags in this game are no joke. All right, anyway. They were actual badasses in PL1. Yeah, bro, for sure. They melt shields like no tomorrow. Bad memories, man, bad memories. I remember playing through this game as like for the first time. I was about like 12 going on 13. And I remember coming across, I think the first badass I came across was a badass psycho. Right? And you know, you hear like the and then one big ol' fucking arm, one tiny little arm, and they're just running at you. Bro, I screamed like a little girl. And then they killed me because I was in the Sledge's safe house. So it's a really just condensed linear area, and bro, I got whooped. Run 200, by the way. So true, BL2 skag, AI is so bizarre. Yeah, bro, for real. They stampede your ass. Yep. Bro, I remember going to the Shock Crystal Cave, low level, first time I played with my brother, we got destroyed. When I first played, my brothers weren't playing with me, but they were kind of watching me. And the same deal, we go into the Lost Cave, right? That's what that map is called. and I think I was like like 1 or 2 levels under, but that didn't matter because they just aimbotted me, and I got destroyed. Then you go into that one spot, right? So you go into the entrance, you fight those crawl worms, and then you turn to the right, and then you see the main way down, kind of north to northeast, and then there's the direction directly east, where you have all of those alpha skags guaranteed. Excuse me, guaranteed alpha skags to spawn out. I'll give you 3 guesses, but the first 2 don't count of what I did the first time I went to that map. And I'll even give you 1 guess to figure out how that ended. Yo, what's up, Hellfire? How you doing? We were just talking about how much better the badass skags were in BL1 compared to BL2. You passed the controller? No, bro, I'm stubborn. I kept that controller. I died. A lot. What were you 2 doing in there? Oh, there was a third one. Sorry. Just a little pup skag just waddles out of the cave like, oh, what's that noise outside? And just got pelted into the face with the chopper, bro. Excuse me. Doing good, and oh, bro, there's times where the badasses in this game are like mini bosses. For real. They really are. Got lost looking for shock crystals. Yeah, you can say that. Alright, give me just a very quick second, chat.
Come on, let's get down. Come on, everybody. Check me out. I'm dancing. I'm dancing.
Okay, I'm back. My coffee is extremely cold. Any cool legendary drops yet? It's convenient you say that. So, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 world drops today, right? Now, at the beginning of the stream, I said, let's get over there. I said that chest right there, that piece of shit chest, right? I've only had 3 legendaries from it in about like the 10 years I've been playing. In the last hour and 10 minutes, I had 3 of these from him. I got the Krut, or the Plague, and then these 2 Guardians were from that chest alone. And only this bitch, this shocking bitch from Scar. Bruises with RPGs are no joke. Dude, oh my god. Before I learned about how like the corrosive element, or really the daze effect, how they worked and how they benefit the player, I was just like up and at him, like, let's say this is the guy, I'm like, I'm gonna kick your ass, and then I'm just, you know, shoot him and shit without really knowing how to play, and then I would just get whomped on, dude, every single time. Excuse me. What the fuck? Bro, I know. It's like the biggest, what is it? Karma. But in like a positive way, I guess. Strange. 2024, bro. I don't know if you got any legendary gear out of there. My legendary luck is crazy. I've shown you before. When I'm not recording, I'm getting legendaries left, right, and center. But, you know, I rarely got them from that chest over there. But I guess now that I'm streaming, it's, you know, it's all for it. And Hellfire, since you're here in chat, I do want to reiterate this point.
All right. We got
Something I said earlier today is I was just kind of looking out here, and then the Mongolian throat music was going off, and I've always said that BO1 Enhanced should have remade the game, not just take this and just port it over. And something I've always said is to like revamp some of the maps, right? So a lot of this junk is really just thrown in there because that's all they had. But then also just like retexturing some of the rocks, especially this one over here. I like my rocks, but this is some bullshit and a half. Right, so just kind of, you know, retexturing them a little bit because they look wonky. Adding some of the, I don't know what that is, like the patched dirt and sand on top of it. And just make it look more interesting. You know, they missed out on a huge opportunity to really remake this game, but they never fucking did. 2025, my legendary luck is turning around, baby. You do that, girl. Oh yeah, they were super lazy with the enhanced. Yeah, I've already told people in chat that about the video idea that I had. I just going over like my thoughts and like a true critique. I like my rocks. Yes, I do. All right, I'm off. Have a good one. All right, you take care, Santa Demon. Good luck with your channel, brother. The enhanced still has that stupid memory leak too. Yes, it does. However, my profile, my Steam profile, has like I don't even know how to describe it. So like if everyone else is playing on, they have to restart the game like every, and this is a lowball number, like 20 save quits, they have to restart the game, right? If they do 20 restarts, I can do about like 60 before I have to restart. And I got a good computer. But here's the deal, when I moved over to a different profile, I had insane memory leak issues. And so I knew that the game itself had memory leak issues, but I guess it also has something to do with your profile. Just according to my experience. Yeah, in co-op, that memory leak is something else. Yeah, I hate the memory leak. It's sad that it's because replacing the OG Angel videos. And it's such a weird thing. Like I told you guys before in chat, they didn't really practice. They didn't really play or test the game. It's almost like they did the same thing with OP10. Can you guys see the pattern here? Alright, I've always mispronounced this name, but Daniel, was it Sykowski? Hopefully I pronounced that right. Long time no see, brother. How are ya? I kind of wish they messed with less stuff in making the Enhanced Edition. Nearly every change they made was a downgrade, with the only upside being the FOV slider and being able to play it on PS4 or 5. Yeah, so they did a few things good and a lot of it bad, and even more of it, they just left it. The OG Angel videos were better too. I mean, I do agree with you. At first, like 5 years ago, I might disagree, but looking back on it, like, yeah, I like it better too. Gearbox, play your games for fucking sure, bro. Play your stupid game, Randy. But yeah, like being able to have like 4 players split screen, that was a cool change. Of course, upgrading it from the 360, or I guess you could still play it on Xbox One, but getting like the nice updated graphics, for the most part, is nice. For the most part. Now, I have reshade on, which is why my game looks a lot more vibrant and prettier, but that was an issue, like, even in the Enhanced and the Classic, is it's really desaturated and just kind of unpolished. And, you know, at least reshade fixes it, but, you know, it was at least a decent upgrade from Classic to the Enhanced. All right. I believe you don't pronounce the C's with Polish names. Okay, I didn't realize it was a Polish name. And I didn't know that. So it's just pronounced Zajkowski? Shaikowski. Oh, okay. Okay. Where are you from, Dan? Danny boy? The pipes are calling. Put a 1 in the chat if you know that reference. The OG Angel videos are much better. Already read that. Randy, hire me to play your games, problem solved. Just do some beta testing, bro. Either closed beta testing or, hell, even better, open beta testing, bro. Problem solved. Or another deal, listen to what your fans are saying. Problem solved. Get your ego and your head out of your ass, Randy. Problem solved. It's crazy console has no memory leak. Yeah, it's crazy how it's a PC thing. Test your games, Randy. Hellfire, I'm going to laugh now whenever he walks out on stage because of that comment. Oh, I missed it. Bro, I can't wait to see his goofy ass walk out on stage in a few hours. What time is it? Oh, what time will it start, Hellfire? The Game Awards, rather. Because I don't know if the time is, like, scheduled out. Can't wait for him to say, yo, Vault Hunter life! Okay. Now, chat, give me your opinions, too. But the moment I heard that from Vaughn in the Lilith DLC and BL2, like, I had to quit the game. Right? I thought that was some of the stupidest shit I have ever seen. It starts at 6 my time. Okay, so the Game Awards start at 4. Okay, gotcha. That's good to hear. I don't know when Gearbox is going on. I'm assuming like 2.5, 3 hours in. Excuse me. Three and a half hours from now. Vaughn can make or break a man. I haven't played Tales from the Borderlands yet, but I remember kind of watching. I remember watching a playthrough earlier, like a handful of years ago of it, and I thought Vaughn was a cool character in that game. But you see him in BL2, and then you really see him in BL3, and you're just like, that is. Like, I'm remembering the first time playing BL3 and me wishing and praying to God himself to skip this fucking dialogue. Because I can't stand him. I can't stand Vaughn. I can't stand Tina. I can't stand Lilith in BL3. It is unbearable. The earlier, the better for me, for real, for real. For real, though, Star, but holy audio. I'm confused. I thought that was only me. When I first played that DLC, I could feel Gearbox trying to claw open the 2013 success of BL2's comedy and failing horribly. And also just what they did with because that was originally like ideas for, what was it, Luxie's space adventure for the pre-sac. And I didn't know this at the time, but I didn't realize that was quite literally on the back burner of Gearbox. Shoot your gun real quick, Fierce. But, you made me lose my train of thought. Damn it, I hate it when that happens. I say a point and then one small thing distracts me and I lose it. Oh well. I was referring to the start time for the Game Awards. Okay, alright, gotcha. I'm expecting open worlds, only 4 Vault Hunters, one of them being a full-on lizard, because why not? And then lasers coming back. I don't see it as an open world. I kind of see it more or less like BL3, where the maps are going to be pretty big. And my opinions are kind of skewed because the big maps weren't necessarily the problem. It was the layout of the maps and the way to traverse the maps were kind of meh. I think we got legendary. No, we did not. Alright, I saw that then. For a minute, I thought we got like a Skull Masher or something. That would have been cool. But I could see it as like really big maps. Unfortunately, I could also see them only doing 4 Vault Hunters. But one of them being a lizard, that would be at least interesting, right? Because as I said before, I have the BL3 art book, and you know some of the designs for like Flak was being just like some like humanoid looking alien, right? Was kind of cool, pretty interesting. And I guess it would just depend on how they build. What do you call it? Expand their world building. They already said 4 Vault Hunters. Okay, gotcha. I'm calling it one of the Vault Hunters will be French. One of the Vault Hunters will be French, he says. We'd have to find out and see, yo.
Always room for more loot. Another notch on my way.
I want Mr. Torg as a Vault Hunter. You know, I'm gonna be real. I never understood the hype or the reason why people wanted like Tiny Tina or Mr. Torg as a playable Vault Hunter. Like just in the sake of lore and how the story goes, to me makes no sense. And also, I just find Tina unbearably annoying, so I wouldn't want that in the first place. That would be too OP. I don't know. How was that Torg mod that whoever made it? I don't remember. And then besides the constant crashing that I know it had, I mean, how was it? I predict a lesbian Vault Hunter. Bro, in BL3, it's gotta be like a bi or like a lesbian thing, bro. You know what's gonna happen. It's gonna go both ways. Imagine Mr. Torg goes broke because he got sued, and then he needs to hunt Vault Hunters to make some cash. My lore's goated, don't at me. Okay, bro. Oh, hey, we did get a legendary. Look at that. A nasty protector. So the PRO that you see right there, because it's the protector, that's its, Can you stop hitting me? Are you all dead? Okay. So the PRO, that's the body 3 for TDOR pistols, right? So that's why it's called the protector. The 5 is, I think that's Mag 5. That looks like barrel 2. And then the nasty is its own prefix. I forgot how that works. But it does have the melee accessory, as you can see right there. So yeah, there's that. What the hell? I clicked my mouse and enter at the same time. Why did he get sued, you ask? Because his hot sauce from BL3 and his guns with engines exploding. Why did he get... Because his hot sauce from BL3, yeah, I remember that. And his guns with engines Oh, okay, yeah. I was so confused by that. Like, what are you talking about? I just forgot that's how Torg makes his stuff. Yeah, I don't know the lore too much about it, but, you know, maybe I'll read into it, get a better grasp on it. Art's profile pic is hilarious, amazing. I don't even know what it is. It's hard for me to see. It looks like a cat. They already have Hammerlock and Wainwright for those quotas. Yeah, but it's not taking place on Pandora. And so most likely, Hammerlock and Wainwright aren't going to be there. So they just need more characters to fill those quotas, you know? Oh yeah, they do have the big gay hunt in BL3. Seeing everyone here once more. Hey, what's up, W Nim? How are you? Hopefully your day is doing good. You know you call it that. Yeah, bro, for sure.
All right, we got guns over here.
Let's see how it goes, though. All in all, like, I will continue to shit on Gearbox and all that. I really do hope, like, really deep down, that this game is going to be good. However, with the patterns that I am seeing ever since 2019, and even watching some older videos, even 2014, I can see them continuing that pattern and them not producing a good game. I want to be proven wrong, but I feel like I won't be. You know? I was shook when I found out Hammerlock had a husband, and that husband was the founder of Jacobs himself. Yeah, it was. I think it was his son. His son, and they weren't really his husband. It was his boyfriend. But then you're there for when they get married. I'm like, I remember playing through that DLC, and I'm just kind of playing along. Like, if I don't like something, like in this case, like, I could really care less if two dudes like each other. I could really care less. It ain't my fucking life. But playing through that and then just kind of interacting with the characters and the lack thereof, and then just how the DLC played out. It's like, I don't... This was just kind of written horribly. Right? In my opinion, the gunplay got worse. I feel like there's like an amalgamation of small issues that is what makes the gunplay pretty bad. Like in your video, like the visual pollution of even stuff like the Torg weapons, like all of the small little explosions for whatnot, for like the guns, or excuse me, for like the shotguns or such. It was just hard. It was hard to look at and hard to see your enemies.
This'll help.
Excuse me.
Up in the kill.
All of the wedding content in Borderlands feel out of place. Yeah, sometimes it does. I thought the headhunter for BL2 was just fun to play, right? But I mean, I ultimately just couldn't really care. I have BL3 and not looking forward to it simply for the visual pollution. Yeah, visual pollution, game and menu lag, and all that stuff just kind of compiled on and just made my experience pretty bad. And Wonderlands was a little better gunplay wise, but worse visual pollution wise. You know, it could just be because I'm a very aggressive player, and so I'm pretty up close to enemies, and I feel like Borderlands 3 did the visual pollution worse, but because of how like the melee weapons and some of the elements work in this engine, is if you're going like a melee character like I am in Wonderlands, and then you're just kind of hitting enemies and just doing your thing, there are a lot of times where the visual pollution gets pretty out of whack. But for the most part, it ain't the worst thing. But there are some, for how they have, like I was trying to break down what I don't like about it. Like there's art style, the art direction, and then the lighting. Lighting and effects, right? The three kind of categories that I use. The art style isn't the worst. The art direction is not so great because it has way more lines, which makes it very harsher to see. Like if we're looking at this background, it's easier to see because you don't see all of the lines everywhere. But if all of this was clear and had the black lines, it would be very noisy and really hard to see. And then the third thing, the lighting, because of how the lighting was rendering, they were really trying to go for that pseudo-realistic feel to it, which kind of ruined the Borderlands feel. And then on top of that, with all of the special effects and all of the look at the elements or everything, all of that just compiled onto just a really visually polluted experience. If you guys get what I'm saying. Yeah, BL2 Wedding Headhunter is fun, but feels like a mess story-wise. Yeah, it was. I remember playing through it about like last year, and then just, you're talking to Moxie, which I forgot the entire reason why she was there, but you just go to the section with like the loader bot, and then just the, what was it? It was like Innuendo bot was for BL2 or something like that. Just the loader bots interacting was fun and just funny to kind of look at. But yeah, the story was meh. I think you hit it right on the head. The Goliath one, yeah, haha. That was goofy fun, but objectively, it's kind of a bad headhunter. Story was fun though. Yeah, pretty much. I think the Goliath, like the 2 Goliath as like a boss fight, was pretty interesting. Right? How you can only, well, you can't only, but if you only take out one of them, the spouse will go over and it will heal up ow, bit my tongue. It would res the downed Goliath. That was hard to say. And then they would each level up, and then you fight the Goliaths at the very end. And I thought that was just like, that was a cool boss fight design. One thing I will say, right, and I've just only kind of recently realized this, boss fights in all of the games, like half of them are really good, but for what they did with like Wonderlands, I think they did boss fights the best, right? Because they're actually really difficult, either whether they made it like that on purpose or not. So when you actually beat the boss, you do feel accomplished. And I can't recall any similar experience with like Borderlands 3. But in Wonderland's case, I personally feel like they did boss fights pretty well. I gotta catch up on chat. Art, I also agree. Mantle ruins a lot of the unique routing of previous games. Well, I liked it since I used snipers and didn't worry about screen pollution, plus the parkour shit. I feel like if they were able to kind of be more creative on how traversal or how the terrain really looked, depending on like a bandit camp or whatever, I feel like it wouldn't be that big of an issue. But I personally just don't mantle that much. So I kind of forget that it's there. Yeah, mantle makes grenade jumps basically non-existent. In BL2, I use them a bunch during a average playthrough. BL3 never need to, just I can reach with mantle. And hell, even grenade jumping doesn't even work that well in BL3. So it's just hard to do that in the first place. Honestly, a great way of articulating how it feels to watch gameplay for it. BL3 really lacked on co-op. They kind of threw it out with no regard. Yeah, that's how I feel with it. Being able to play cross-platform, that's a big deal. But with the menu lag, the player lag, and then I've personally never tried it, but for BL3 co-op, no, that's not true. I have tried it, but not in the beginning. But in the beginning of the life cycle, I have heard that the co-op for BL3 was awful. Excuse me. We should have had Claptrap working as a priest. Having him and a priest in that DLC would be funny. Hate me, but I like all the Claptrap shit they write. It's like the only thing they keep good. They keep good to me. All the Claptrap stuff that they write. Emphasize that. Art. Like, because Claptastic Voyage was good. I like that. The Borderlands 1 behind the scenes kind of mini-series they did back in like 2010 you can find it on YouTube. That was fun. And then, at least playing through the games, for the most part, Claptrap isn't really... What do you say? Well, how would I say it? He isn't the worst thing in there. Right? For the most part, like, Claptrap is pretty meh. He's a pretty likable character. But, BL3 and Wonderlands kind of ruins it. It's not the same. It's just not the same. Even though they make me actually hate him in BL3, I like how... What? Who's texting me? No one. even though they make me actually hate him in 3, like how NPCs hate him in 2 and in 1. In those games, it feels that NPCs just hate him for no reason. Yeah, that's just like a writing deal. I know what you're talking about, too. Claptrap took a step back in 3 in terms of dialogue. His prime was a pre-sequel. Oh, for sure. In 3, I like it simply because they made me actually hate him at times, but then there's parts I like the Dancer quest. I don't remember the Dancer quest. Keep up the grind. Hey, thank you, Crazy Stuff. Good seeing ya. Hopefully your day's doing good. Claptastic was fire. The miniseries also fire. In BO1 and in 2, he's great. And even in 3, I like how they handled him. He gets annoying and hateable, but I still like him. I kind of mentally blocked out almost everything that has to deal with BL3 and in Wonderlands. Like, I don't remember stories for shit. Who's texting me? No one. Fierce Chimera 2024. I think it was a Twitter notification, yeah? It was probably Mac. No, it's even worse. Oh, no, it was Mac. Alright, he's streaming right now, I guess. I got some legendary quotes this year, bro. I gotta go through all of my footage, take like the best moments, and I'll probably compile them into one video. That'll probably be like my New Year's Day project. How y'all feel about Tyreen the God Queen? Alright, I'm gonna be real with you. I forgot who that was until you brought it up. Right? Like I said before, BL3 bosses were really underwhelming, and I don't really remember any good experiences with them. And that includes Tyreen. I do like a pretty, not like a complicated boss fight, but like a boss fight that you actually have to fucking work for, right? So, like Elden Ring or Souls games, they do that really well. I really like them. But in Wonderland, or no, excuse me, but in PL3, man, I just did not like it. Worst villain I have ever seen in a video game. Bro, I feel like they just did the Destroyer so dirty in like the last hour of the game, right? So in Borderlands 1, you firstly, the vault is a cult. People are like, oh, this shit doesn't exist, man. And so you actually get to the vault. Like, I remember the first time playing this game, I'm freaking out, right? As I'm like, oh my god, I'm here. And, you know, fighting the Destroyer for the first time, yeah, it was a bullet sponge, but I did it. But I was still excited for it. But you come to find out, I think in 2 or 3 or something like that, that it's just a feeding hole, but the Destroyer is the reason why all of the Iridians are gone. They're dead. And so you're like, oh shit, that's pretty cool. And in BL3, when you meet, what's his nuts, the short guy, so with Typhon, right? So that dude, you meet with him, and then he takes you through the Iridian machine, I think is what it was called. And so you're getting like a little bit of lore drops here and there of like how big of a deal this is. So you're like, okay, bro, I'll bite. This is getting like kind of interesting. Then, you know, exposition, blah, blah, blah. Typhon dies, who gives a shit? You kill Troy, who gives a shit? Then you eventually go back to Tyreen. And then, you know, stuff's happening, stuff I don't really remember. And then all of a sudden you see the Destroyer, who's, I don't remember his cannon size, but in BO1 he was fucking huge, and that was just like his mouth, right? And then you just see this like one story, like 30-foot tall chick that's melded with a fucking Ben 10 character, right? So you have this boss fight, and You don't really know much about the Destroyer, but it's spouting some bullshit. It has a pretty weak boss mechanics, and then it just flies about like no fucking reason. Like, since when did it grow motherfucking wings? And it just blitzes out of there. So now you're just waiting for it to come back, and you know it's just it's just not the best boss fight. Excuse me. Let me rephrase: worst villain I've ever played the game till the end and actually defeated. Yeah. She is a horrible villain. I only like how her voice actor nails the voice. It's like her voice is perfectly annoying for the role. Excuse me. I agree to that. I never really give flack to the voice actor, just the writing, right? But the way that the voice actors did Tyrene and Troy, even though I think Tyrene's, that was like one of her first roles, I feel like she did really good. Like, I thought Tyrene was absurdly annoying. And I feel like the voice actor did a good job on that. I just wish that she was written better. Or just a different villain entirely. The DLC's final bosses were good, though. I don't remember too much of the DLC bosses. Like, I remember the heart being... What do you call it? It's like the boss that just kind of sits there. It's like the Destroyer. But at least in the heart, like, the heart will attack you. And then you had the wife or whatever just kind of teleporting in, kind of trying to do damage to you. So it is better than the Destroyer fight, but that's the only fight I remember. Did Leon Gaming's greatest fumble character. He could have been so cool. Yeah. Yeah, and then they just made him Vaughn 2.0. Yeah, pretty much. Typhon DeLeon is Danny DeVito if he was from New Jersey. I can see that. The voice actors are almost always great for BL. Yeah, bro. I feel the same way. Even in BL1, the voice acting, even though it was really limited because they had to change a lot, it wasn't the worst thing I've ever seen. I feel the less alien lore they had, the more it made us think, therefore just being better due to making you ponder the lore. Yeah, right? So, like, you playing through BL1, you will start to see, like, the little vault symbol marks, right? Especially when regards to Tannis's echo hunts that you would do for that game, right? And so you would build the lore, and then the first time you actually see Tannis, well, actually, that's not the first time, but that's when you start to see a little bit more of the Iridian architecture. So you know, like, at that point, you're like, okay, this thing is real, and, you know, I think I know where this is going. Right, so you play through the game, you learn a little bit of lore, but barely any. And then you come across the Guardians, and then you know it's going to... Excuse me. And then it's going to be a fun time. Yeah, the voice wasn't the problem at all. She was just given crap material. Yep, agreed. That's the best thing I've ever seen anyone say about Typhon. Yeah, thanks. I agree, BL voice actors are always so amazing, top tier actors. Yeah, bro. I always think they did good. They do good. For what they are given, I have no problems with the voice actors. Tennis randomly becoming a siren is ass writing, but because I enjoy her voice acting and her character, I'm like, let's go. My opinions on Tannis being a siren. Now, back when Submata was around, and the other game that Gearbox did, right, Battlefront, or that ain't that game. I don't remember, but the other game that they made and that had secrets to BL3 in it, specifically regarding Tannis, that gave me just immediately called into question of what her character is doing, and since then, I knew she was a siren. And then you actually play the game, and she's like in her little hut, and then she says, "Oh, I developed tech to talk to you, even though it is visually the same effect as they do with all the other sirens. So if you have like if you have a pair of eyes, then you can see, like, you just know from the get-go that she's a siren." Oh, it's Battleborn? Okay, thanks, Hellfire. But and then you actually get to the point where you save Tannis, and, you know, she becomes a siren, and then only gets rid of the boss after you killed it. Is just like, okay. It's just one of those things where you just, like, have to accept. You're like, okay, whatever. But her getting at least Angel's powers at least makes sense, right? As she is like a tech-savvy chick, I guess. A smart scientist. And so it's just one of the things where I'm like, okay, whatever. But Tannis' character is interesting. I feel like same thing with what they did with Tyreen. They just kind of made her character kind of boopy. But, you know, I feel like they kind of rewrote the character, but kind of had the same outcome where she became a siren. I feel like my opinions would be different. Oh, that's a blue one. Son of a bitch. That's still Mag 1. Felt force shoved in. Yeah, that's really how I feel about a lot of Gearbox's writing, it seems like. Learn how to write, Sam. Cold coffee. Pretty Boy, Psycho Reaver, and the Ruiner are all other final bosses. I forgot all of them. Pretty Boy in DLC 1, it wasn't the worst boss that I fight. I feel like it was pretty mid. Psycho Reaver, he's just a bullet sponge. I would put him under Pony Boy. Or Pretty Boy, rather. And then the Ruiner. The Ruiner. That ain't the worst boss, but I don't like how, like in DLC 2, where his weak spots are the crystals. And they're designed the same way as the corrupted heart. That's what I didn't like about it. I do like how he moves around, though. This is my favorite song.
Always nice to get resupplied.
We've had to accept and put up with a lot of crap for this series. Yeah, bro, for sure. Yeah, like having Timothy Lawrence conveniently in the same place as DLC 1 takes place, right? I'm like, okay, we go to this casino, and then there's just handsome Jack clone, Timothy Lawrence, just there. We're like, okay, where did you come from? Where are the rest of the Jacks? Why can't we see any of them? Why the fuck are you still here? You know? Atmosphere in this song is so great. Dude, I know. I told you before, but I'll sometimes just go to maps in this game and just kind of listen. Like, I'll just kind of look out like this. Oh, that's thumbnail material right there. That's a screenshot. That's what I'm saying. Jack's just there again. Yeah, bro. You leave off with Timothy Lawrence on Elpis, and then for how they have the casino, you would think that it is nearby Elpis and Pandora, right? I actually don't know where it is in terms of like the galaxy map. I couldn't really give less than two shits, but Make the story make sense, Gearbox. Do you like the classic skill trees in BL2 or the BL3 ones? I like how in BL3 they have augments, right? So it adds like more diversity into your build and to your tree, which I like that. Looking back on it, which I only have like a few hundred hours in BL3, and some of the augments are really good, but some of them are just really pointless, right? And same thing with the skills. Sometimes the skills are underwhelming, they don't deal enough damage, or they deal too much damage. Right, but for the most part, I do like BL3 skill trees. I just don't like the skills or the characters that they buff. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like if they had nice, simple, but still very, I don't know the word for it, but more like an RPG where there's a lot more to upgrade without it being just overwhelming, I think would be a good idea. So think of it like BL2 skill trees with some augments added in there to the side of the skill trees, right? So like having, what is it? It is like Thought Lock from Maya. That's, I think, technically labeled as an augment to your action skill. Having something like that, like imagine Maya in like a BL3 skill tree, right? And then having Thought Lock as an augment, but having that space opened up for a different skill, right? I think that would be cool. I think that would add more, you know, replayability to these characters. Hopefully that made sense.
Another one bites the dust.
BL2, but I don't hate threes trees. Yeah. I actually fuck with the 3 trees a lot. Changing some skills on the fly adds a bit of fun. Yeah. And having the 4th skill tree isn't the worst thing that they did. Having you have to pay for it, or excuse me, having a paywall behind it and have an entire DLC with it, that's a no-go. Right? I feel like that should have been probably like a free content or like really cheap DLC, right? And not have it be locked behind the director's cut. I think that was a bad mistake. My biggest problem with BL3 bosses is that you'd spend more time waiting for their immune phases than you'd actually spend fighting them. We're looking at you, Lilith. Especially on Mayhem 11, when things die even faster somehow. When things die even faster. Are you talking about like the player, Dan? I said I don't remember too much of BL3 bossing, but I do sometimes. I don't know if I'm just like a bad player or BL3 is just really not for me, but I get wrecked in that game. It's not a problem for me, but there definitely was some useless skills. Oh yeah, for sure. That goes in all the games. You'd think the casino would be by Pandora since Hyperion Space Station is based near the moon. Excuse me. Yeah, I don't know. As I said, they make a lot of lore that they don't finish, that they contradict each other on, or whatnot. Removing the immune phases would make the game feel more like BL2, which would be good. Or, right, so they could either have that, which is a good idea, or what they did with Wonderlands, right? If we take a look at Caster, right? So in his immune phases, he will spawn like 5 pink orbs that will spawn out of the ground and that will come towards him. If you shoot those orbs, his immunity phase will cancel out. If you let it happen and he absorbs those orbs, he will gain a portion of his health back. However, it'll skip that first immune phase, if that makes sense, right? So you get to skip the first one, but you have to go through the second and third one, and then so on and so forth. But I liked that boss fight. Like, as I said, I feel like Wonderlands did boss fights a lot better than 3. And I really, really, really hope, and it is somewhat likely, that they're going to kind of carry that theme over to BL4. I really hope so. We'll probably do like a couple more runs, then I'll call it for the day. I'm technically on vacation, so I want to be able to chill out today.
Always room for more loot. Another notch on my way.
As a sniper guy, I wish there was a really good sniper skill. A really good sniper skill. Well, because I know from Mordecai, right, there is sniper damage, there's accuracy for all weapons, there was sniper mag size, which I think that's a decent skill, but, and then there's trespass, which just lets you just go through shields, which for BL1, that's not that big of a deal, right? Like, you can use a fire weapon against a really good shield and you'll still be fine. But for BL3, like, that would actually be kind of cool. Not gonna lie.
We keeping score here.
Lilith is a underrated sniper character. Yeah, if you've seen my Lilith build video I released a few weeks ago, she's a great sniper character. Like, I use a Cobra for my Spectre build, and dude, you're shredding. Mob enemies, boss enemies, the whole 9 yards. If you haven't seen it, go ahead and check it out. Oh, I could feel the light coming in. I'll go to 225. And then we'll call it.
All right, we got guns over here.
Nope. Oh, not Lilith, Maya? She's good with snipers too. Yeah, I actually don't play, even though I know that they're better and I like playing them in BL2, I don't use snipers in that game. Like, I've only recently found that out. Like, I kind of still keep to, like, my basic weapon types, like assault rifles, pistols, a couple SMGs, shotguns, you know, stuff like that. But no, I barely use snipers. Lilith build video is amazing. Hey, thank you, Hellfire.
This'll help.
You want to check it out? Since usually on my Lilith I do elemental SMGs. Oh yeah, like I have 4 builds in that one video, so you're gonna find something that you like, most likely. Oh fuck that barf attack, bro. Fun fact, Scar is the only skag in the game that can do that attack. He is the OG barf skag.
Are we keeping score here?
Alright, one more run. Alright. We're going to use the chopper. Oh boy. Legendary?
You never have enough
No.
stuff.
Bleep. Oh, you piece of shit. Alright, but he's dead. And that was that was underwhelming. Oh, this is badass. Alright, and he's dead. Alright, get back in there. Oh, get in there. Oh, I'm out. Is there any more? Okay, I got more. Get in there. Alright, that's it. Alright. If there's a pure sniper vault hunter in BO4, then I don't care if the storyline is good. You know, I was thinking about this. It's like if they take, if they take like a Mordecai and a Zero and like made a tree about the size of BL3 skill trees, where I don't know how many tiers there are, but I think like 6 or 7. I could be wrong. But if they have like a decently sized skill tree that is all about like snipers or like doing extra crits with snipers or something like that, dude, I would have so much fun with that, bro. Because it wasn't my first character, but I remember playing Flak and getting my hands on like the Skull Masher back when that came out. That was really fun. Even though I wasn't really playing him much, like I thought it was fun. All right, but anyway, that's where I'm gonna leave it off here, chat. I want to thank you all so much for watching. I don't know if there's going to be a stream this Friday between the 4 of us, Hellfire, Spellraid, Starkiller, and I. But you know, we'll talk about it, see what we're going to do. But if not, I was thinking about maybe moving on to maybe a different game like Halo, maybe do a campaign or such. But you know, we'll see what happens. Anyway, but I want to thank you all for stopping by the stream and hanging out. Enjoy your vacation. Hey, thank you, W. Thanks, Dub. I will enjoy it. I don't get to work till next Saturday, so your boy's gonna be chilling. Have a good one, my guy. You take it easy, man. Great stream, yo. Alright, I want to thank you all so much for watching. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out. And I'll see you guys in the next one. See you later, guys.